What's good? We back. It's the Boxing Playing Gamora. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. We back talking some boxing, giving a preview of Dmitry Bivol taking on Sullivan Barrera, HBO next Saturday, Madison Square Garden. And yes, that's absolutely correct. You got Deontay Wilder taking on Luis Ortiz in Brooklyn Barclays Center. At the Brooklyn Barclays Center, You got, Kovalev versus some guy that got popped for PEDs. But on that undercard, you actually got the fight that you want to see. Probably might be the best fight of the night. Perhaps with Dmitry Bivol taking on Sullivan Barrera. Bivol is the Super WBA champion. And how that came about is Badou Jack won a regular WBA belt versus Nathan Cleverly. Then Andre Ward retired. They ordered him and Bivol to fight. Jack dropped the belt. Said forget Bivol. Made a fight with the number one actual lineal champion of the light heavyweight division. The guy who beat the guy basically with the means, and Adonis Stevenson. And he stepped it up in competition. Pretty much, he didn't feel that Bivol was, worth it right now. Maybe they can unify and the fight becomes bigger. But yeah, you got Barrera, who actually should have been fighting for that vacant regular WBA belt back in November when, Dmitry Bivol in the WBA cherry picked Trenton Brodenhurst. Brodenhurst, whatever guy named from Australia, he was ranked 11th in the rankings. They skipped over like 8 or 9 other contenders to get him a cherry pick and a layup at a WBA belt. That became the super belt. And at the end of the day, you know how the game goes. They have an agenda they want to push on certain fighters. And HBO, they didn't want to give like a guy like Andre Ward, like a Paul Smith type of fight on HBO, but they gave Dmitry Bivol a whack title shot in a most definitely lopsided fight with Trenton Brodenhurst. So you already know what time it is. We talked about this a little the other day. You know what time it is. Barrera's behind three points on the card before this fight even starts. And I hate talking about corruption in boxing, but it's trill here. And what I'm hitting at is the simple fact that Sullivan Barrera passed up a fight to fight Kovalev last November because it wasn't a title on the line. He thought he paid his due by fighting his tough fights. He said his next big fight he wanted the title, and he knew that. I think he knew that Bivol was getting his title fight. And Bivol was going to have to be his mandatory. He was going to be Bivol's mandatory. So then they offered him Kovalev again, and Kathy Duva said he ducked Kovalev, and Barrera came back and said that she wanted him to sign his life away to main events, and he wasn't going to sign an extension with main events. He was going to fight Bivol, and they also offered him significantly less money in a second offer to fight Kovalev on this card. So he took the Bivol route, and it's cool. I'm not mad. And she blamed Barrera and Kathy Duva in main event. She blamed Barrera for this event having a lopsided main event because he didn't take the Kovalev fight. But at the end of the day, he didn't want to sign a long-term contract with main events. He didn't want to take less money to fight Kovalev, so he took Dmitry Bivol. Now, talking about the fight inside the ring might be a little bit more easier to talk about for a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys, you don't like talking about, the business side of boxing or the corruption. But yeah, obviously how I look at it, I haven't even started breaking down film. I've seen Bivol fight a couple times. I've seen Barrera fight a lot. But what it is this, man. Barrera got to know he down 3 points before he get on this card. And that's true. He has to know he has to warm up better in the back. In the training room, he has to do a better warm up. Even if it's going outside in New York City, or getting a treadmill put up in his room, he got to come out there with a better warm up, with a better stretch routine. He got to come out here, lather and sweat a little bit more. He got to just, maybe get some dumbbells and do a small pad section and do lift some superset type of stuff, maybe some push ups, some arm curls or something real light, a real light superset with some real light weights, to get that sweat going and get his muscles, lubricated and warm up better. Because I'm saying that because every time, in every fight I've pretty much seen him in, he gets dropped in the first round or early on in the fight. And I think that's a product of him not being on balance and him not being warmed up right. And that kind of puts him in the form. That's like you doing a bend row. And you do like the dead. I don't know if a lot of you guys work out. You know how you do the deadlift with the bend row before you bend over, do the row, and it's supposed to align all your technique, and you're supposed to align your body right so you can have a good technique on your bend row. Well, that's what he needs to do. He needs to align his balance and his warming up and getting a nice little warm up in the back. He got to get that together early on. But for Bivol, you know, it pretty much comes down to, is he special? And he's been on the fast track. He's went 12 one time. He went 10 another time. So he already been in the rounds, but it's different. You know, you can go 12, you go 10, but have you been a world championship caliber 12 or 10 with a world class type of fighter like Barrera? And you know, a lot of people think he's going to be able to do pretty much what Lomachenko was able to do, is you know, skip over the experience and his skill and his gym work and his sparring, and just his overall talent is going to take over. And like I said, people, there's no substitute for experience. Remember, Lomachenko got a whole lot of experience in one fight with Orlando Salido. So basically, it's gonna be pretty much, can Barrera overcome, you know, boxing politics, and it's, you know, Bivol and overcome from, you know, being dropped early, and can Bivol overcome experience? You know, can he be a special elite type of fighter or person and overcome having experience with top level fighters and go ahead and upset Barrera? But we're gonna have a breakdown prediction coming Monday. We gone.